back here at the terrace garden or the land restoration project happening in my front yard, and right now lots is happening. So we're building up the sides of this berm here to place more of the birch logs. So thankfully Glenn Chiblo of Sioux Tree Experts was able to drop off another load. These are key. I couldn't really progress forward. I didn't want to use just random pieces because it would make it look awkward. Now people ask me, well, how long are these going to last? They're really only going to last about 5 or 6 years, maximum 10 years, and they're going to start to deteriorate, and it's going to change the look of the space. But what they will do is they're going to create awesome soil eventually, but also they're going to create this raised bed area here that then we can plant in, just like over here. So the planting has been done. Down below we have blueberries that we placed at the front, in the front berm. We could probably place a few more. There's also a mountain ash tree. It's only going to grow about 16 feet tall, but it's going to create some shade during the spring, summer, and fall seasons. Down below for the blueberries, they all seem to be doing okay. It was pretty late in the season to be transplanting, but they're okay. So there's a bunch of medicines in here and native plants. A couple of them are non-native species, and I'm thinking about maybe replacing them, but for now they're okay. I really strategically chose the spots for each of these plants based on how big they're going to grow, so that they have lots of room. Now you can see this this is catmint, or some people say catnip. It is actually what is used for catnip, but it's mint. You can use it as a tea, and it's beautiful purple flowers. This is going to fill up this whole area, and it's going to grow to about 8 feet tall, or not 8 feet tall, about 4.5 to 5 feet tall. So each of these plants in their own time is going to flower. Each can be used as medicine or is edible. And for right now, that's what we're going to fill. That's what I filled this bottom area with. So a number of other species like lupin, yarrow, as well as boneset. Behind you there's bee balm. Okay. But right now the focus is building up these beds. Now the thing about this work is the reward isn't immediate. It takes time, and it actually takes constant maintenance, just like any yard would. This isn't set it and forget it. This is really building up over time, seeing how the land responds to what we're doing. But what I really wanted to do is get rid of the grass. Okay, grass is an invasive species, and it's carbon negative, so it takes more energy to have it in your lawn than it takes from the atmosphere. So we're continuing to build up this berm in the back here, and there will be 4 more beds back here, as well as a bed that extends from the house. Each of those will eventually have wood chips on the top, just like this. And if you come up here for a second, here's just an example of sort of recycling materials from my own lawn. So these are the materials. Most of the leaves that come out of the lawn, I rake them in the back. I do have forest behind my house, and for ease, it's a lot easier. And we can actually take that later, and you can see right here, just from behind my house and on my property in the back, this is leaves that, with all the organic material, with worms, has turned into like incredibly good soil. This will be really rich to put into the space before the wood chips. So you can see there's different states in here. We use a lot of different sticks and branches, and what we're doing is just creating organic material, building up organic material in these spaces below, because essentially we're not going to plant like this. Is going to eventually be this height all the way across, and and there's going to be lots of wood. You can see all the wood chips in here. If I just dig very little bit under these wood chips, you're going to see that there's soil under here already, and that's just within a very short time. And the more layers we put, the less opportunity there is for species that we don't want to emerge. You can see down below, you know, I built that up pretty good, and there's no weeds, quote unquote, in the beds themselves, of course, surrounding that, but there's still work to be done there. So lots happening. There's going to be a complete transformation of my property. One other thing, come over here, is the stone pathway is coming along. I've been placing stones to rebuild this retaining wall. One of the things that I found in the winter, this retaining wall came to about here. It was about this height and got a little bit higher here. Now, we get a lot of snow here in Sault Ste. Marie, so it was really hard to carry the snow over here and then push over. I don't have a snow blower, so I just do it all by hand. So if this is more gradual instead of a quick rise, it's going to be easier to push the snow. That snow can fill in these swales here with moisture that will then seep into these beds over time. So always thinking about all the different factors that go into this work seasonally. Thank you for your time, Miigwech.